8 centuries ago, a mystic made a statement so bold, so dangerous that even today some would rather it stay hidden. He said, "The mirror does not show you your reflection. It shows you the face of God." And he wasn't speaking in poetry or metaphor. He meant it literally. When you truly understand what he discovered, you will never look at a mirror the same way again. This mystic's name was Muhyiddin ibn al-Arabi, remembered across the centuries as the greatest master. But what made him dangerous wasn't just what he knew. It was that he dared to speak a truth that shatters every assumption about who you think you are. So let's start where he started. Look into a mirror right now. What do you see? A face, a body, features you call yours. Ibn al-Arabi would tell you this is the most profound illusion ever staged, because according to him, there is no you looking back. There never was. The servant is the mirror of the real, he wrote, and the real is the mirror of the servant. This wasn't just poetic language. He was describing the hidden architecture of reality itself. Think about what a mirror really does. It doesn't create anything new. It doesn't add or subtract. It simply reflects. And the mirror does this without preference. It doesn't choose beauty over ugliness or light over darkness. It has no likes, no dislikes, no agenda of its own. It simply shows what is. Now here's where Ibn al-Arabi asks the question that changes everything. What if that's exactly what you are? What if your thoughts are not truly yours, but reflections of an infinite mind thinking through you? What if your emotions are divine qualities moving through the form you call yourself? And what if your consciousness is not separate at all, but simply the one consciousness appearing as many? This is what Ibn al-Arabi discovered in the deepest chambers of contemplation. You are not a separate being having a private experience. You are the mirror through which the divine sees and experiences itself. And here's the part that makes this so astonishing. Just as you cannot see your own face without a mirror, God, according to Ibn al-Arabi, cannot know himself except through creation. And the clearest mirror of all is the human being. I was a hidden treasure, and I longed to be known. So I created the world, says the sacred hadith. But Ibn al-Arabi took this further. He said this act of creation isn't just something that happened once upon a time. It is happening right now, in this very moment, through you. Every thought in your mind, every feeling in your heart, every sensation in your body, all of it is the divine coming to know an aspect of itself that only you can reveal. This is why he called the human being al-insan al-kamil, the perfect mirror. Not because we are better than other creatures, but because we are capable of reflecting all of God's qualities at once. A rock reflects divine stability. A flower reflects divine beauty. Fire reflects divine power. But only the human mirror can reflect the divine quality of consciousness knowing itself. Through you, the divine can know what it feels like to seek, to wonder, to struggle, to fall, to rise, to remember. But here is the tragedy. Most of us live as though we are the reflection, forgetting entirely what we are reflecting. We become so obsessed with the image in the mirror, our appearance, our personality, our story, that we forget we are the mirror itself. It's like a mirror falling in love with the image it reflects, forgetting its own pristine, clear, infinite nature. Ibn al-Arabi tells a story to capture this truth. Imagine you're walking down a quiet street and you catch a glimpse of your reflection in a shop window. For a split second, you don't recognize yourself. In that tiny moment of non-recognition, what do you see? You see a stranger, someone mysterious, unknown. And according to Ibn al-Arabi, that brief flash is the closest you've ever come to seeing yourself as you truly are. Because the you think you know is just a story, a narrative you've built around the reflection. But the mirror itself, that empty, luminous awareness, remains unchanged. This is why Ibn al-Arabi said spiritual practice is not about fixing yourself or becoming a better person. It's about polishing the mirror until it reflects so clearly that you finally see what has been there all along, the face of the divine. When the mirror of the heart becomes pure and clear, he wrote, images of the infinite appear within it. But here's the secret within the secret. The mirror was never dirty. Your true nature, the pure, aware presence beneath every thought and feeling, has never been stained. Spiritual growth is simply the act of removing the dust of forgetfulness. When you clean a mirror, you don't make it more of a mirror. You simply reveal what it always was. And this is where Ibn al-Arabi's insight gets practical. Every time you judge yourself, you are judging the reflection and forgetting you are the mirror. Every time you take pride in your accomplishments, you are claiming credit for something that is simply being reflected through you. Every time you feel separate from others, you are seeing many mirrors, instead of realizing there is one light shining through all of them. Ibn al-Arabi had a moment of realization that changed everything for him. He wrote, "I thought I was seeing God, but I discovered that God was seeing through me." In that moment, the seeker and the sought collapsed into a single reality. This is what he meant by his most radical statement: there is nothing in existence but God. Not because everything is literally God in a simple sense, but because everything that exists is a reflection, a mirror showing a different facet of the one reality. You are not separate from what you seek. Your search for meaning, your longing for truth, your hunger for connection, all of it is the divine longing to know itself through the unique angle of reflection that only you provide. And this is what changes everything. When you truly understand that you are a mirror, you stop trying to change the reflection, and you focus on the clarity of the mirror itself. You stop asking, "What do I want?" and start asking, "What wants to be reflected through me?" This is what Ibn al-Arabi called the station of the perfect human. Not a human who has achieved perfection, but a human whose mirror is so clear and receptive that the divine qualities flow through them without distortion. In your anger, divine justice is being reflected. In your compassion, divine mercy appears. In your creativity, divine beauty manifests. In your longing, divine love expresses itself. You are not the author of these qualities. You are their perfect mirror. And here's the revolutionary part. If you are a mirror reflecting the divine, then every single experience in your life is sacred. Your moments of joy reflect divine beauty. Your moments of pain reflect divine testing. Your moments of confusion reflect divine hiddenness. Your moments of clarity reflect divine manifestation. Nothing in your life is random. Nothing is meaningless. But Ibn al-Arabi reminds us, a mirror must be kept clean. Through remembrance, contemplation, surrender, and service, you polish the mirror of your heart until the divine light shines through without obstruction. And here's the most beautiful part. Every person you meet is also a mirror. The one who irritates you, the one who inspires you, the one you fear, the one you love. All of them are reflecting the same light from a different angle. This is why Ibn al-Arabi said, "Do not praise yourself and do not blame another. for you are both mirrors of the same light. The person you admire is showing you a quality that is ready to awaken in you. The person who frustrates you is reflecting something you have not yet embraced. The person who scares you is showing you a divine aspect you have not yet made peace with. When you understand this, everyone becomes your teacher. Every relationship becomes sacred. Ibn al-Arabi wrote about a moment when this recognition became complete for him. He was in contemplation when he suddenly realized that every face he had ever seen, friend or enemy, beautiful or ugly, was the same face appearing in endless forms. The face of the beloved looking back at itself through infinite eyes. So the next time you stand before a mirror, remember this: you are not seeing yourself. You are seeing the infinite appearing in the form you call you. The mirror does not lie. It is showing you exactly what you are, the place where the divine comes to know itself. And when this recognition dawns, the ancient spiritual search comes to an end, because what you were seeking was seeking you. What you thought was missing was never lost. You are not a person looking for God. You are the mirror in which God sees his own face. And once you see this, you understand why Ibn al-Arabi's teaching was considered so dangerous. It doesn't just change how you see yourself, it changes how you see everything. Because if you are a mirror of the divine, then so is everything else. Every person, every situation, every moment. All of it is the one reality looking back at itself, discovering its own beauty through the countless mirrors of existence. And you are one of those mirrors. You have always been that mirror, and the face looking back at you has been the one you were longing to see all along.